Newton's first law of motion states that objects in motion tend to stay in motion, and objects at rest tend to stay at rest unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. This car applies to Newton's first law of motion because it remains at rest until acted upon by an unbalanced force. The unbalanced force is the ball inside the cup, which then falls over and hits the car at rest to begin its motion. Newton's second law of motion states that force equals mass times acceleration. The force of the marble is equal to the mass times the marble times the acceleration at which it rolls down the ramp.
Newton's third law of motion is, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. This applies to the third law of motion because, as each domino falls over, it creates an equal and opposite reaction by hitting the next domino, which then hits the Tower of Cups.
Conservation of energy is a principle stating that energy cannot be created or destroyed, but it can be altered from one form to another. As the marble is at the end of the wooden ramps, the energy of the marble is transferred to the ping pong ball. The energy is not created or destroyed, yet it moves from object to object.
Conservation of momentum is a fundamental law of physics which states that the momentum of a system is constant if there is no external forces acting on the system. This applies to the wooden ramps. As the marble rolls down each ramp, since there is nothing in the way, the momentum is constant throughout the entire system.